Hi there. Welcome. Wake up and smell the coffee. So happy to be with you guys and girls again. I'm trying to make sure that I keep getting content out to you at least weekly. So thank you for being here. Please check out my other videos. Like, subscribe, and comment. Make sure you're checking out my other pieces of work and watch it to the end. Please watch it to the end. I know some of them are really long, but everything ties together normally at the end. And I just want to keep giving you guys great nuggets, pieces of the puzzle, just to stimulate you, make you think, start a conversation with you and your friends. So share this. This is a crazy time that we're living in. This world around us makes no sense to me, other than I am piecing it together as to what's happening and understanding why things are like this. So yeah, I'm here again, rambling with you again today. I'm going to keep this one shorter. My dogs are not here again today, so I'll make sure I get them with you soon. But I was promising that I was going to talk about peptides on my last video. These have become incredibly popular right now, peptides. A lot of my friends are using it and have been considering using peptides and are talking about it. And there is no judgment here in this video or from myself, no judgment whatsoever. Who am I to judge anyone? And I also want to say that this is for entertainment purposes only, and you should reserve your own judgment and don't take seriously what I'm saying. This is only for entertainment purposes, this content. But the reason why I've got no reason to judge anybody is because I've done a lot of things myself. I'm getting a little older now. I'm getting close to mid-50s, and I used to love working out. I used to want to be a bodybuilder, and I was trying to get my hands on any enhancements that I could get. Taking pills, I would inject myself in order to what I thought was better in myself, better performance, to make myself look better, make my body work better, make myself recover faster, and make me stronger. And they worked. And I'll tell you that I was putting myself at great risk. And so that's really what I want to quickly, as best I can quickly, go over this and share this information, and then you guys and girls will decide what you want to do. You're big girls and you're big boys. So, like I said, I've already done that, and I haven't actually been working out now for, I would say, a good 10 years that I haven't been working out properly. And I used to really work out. I used to want to lift weights because I was kind of a smaller guy, so all I was trying to do was get bigger, stronger, faster. And all of that, as I search and look inside, it was through insecurities. It was never for health. And so that should be everyone's main goal. I've been suffering with a lot of bad health now for years. I've had bad knees for about 3 months now, to the point where I haven't been able to run, jump. I was hardly walking, hobbling. I now got a bad thumb, and I think it's the same thing that was happening to my knees. Feels like the exact same thing. I really don't know what it is, but it seems to be recovering, and I'm getting better. So I'm not too worried. I've had a hernia for a year. My dog jumped into me, gave me a hernia. I will probably have to get surgery done. So I'm just whining a little bit there. But I've had really poor health for the past year, easy. And I haven't looked after myself regarding exercise like I used to at all. And so I'm kind of reflecting on how important it is to shoot for health and to be healthy, because it's so vital. If you lose your health, you have nothing. So I was looking into peptides a little bit. I'm no doctor, I'm no specialist, and I've spoken to a few people and looked at a few people that have been taking peptides. Obviously, the peptides can work differently in the body, and so they can be a little targeted. A lot of people are using, obviously, you look at Ozempic, look at all of these other peptides that are targeting fat loss, targeting the digestive system. You've got peptides that are going to help with skin, tendons, ligaments. You've got peptides that are going to help with recovery. Peptides are going to help with muscle growth. And it seems that with good quality product, you achieve these results. Now, I think the weight loss drugs can work really well and can have drastic results. People seem to believe that they get better performance, recovery, muscle growth, repairing of their bodies. So who am I to argue with any of that? I know when I used to take athletic enhancements, it used to work with me. I'd get a lot thicker, heavier, more muscled. So they do work. But there are obviously risks. You do want to look very closely at all of that. This is mRNA technology. It's peptides, so it's amino acids being built within your body, in your cells. I don't know too much about it, but you take the injections daily, I believe, and then whatever that is, or what I should call it, it enters your flow through your body, enters your cells, and at a cellular level, mRNA, message RNA, it delivers a message to your cells to create proteins, or what these peptides are. And so your body then builds these chains within the cell that help with recovery. They can start targeting the digestive cells if it's the weight loss peptides, and they start working in the body. Now, what would be my major concerns? Obviously, like I said, you're all big boys and big girls. You're going to do what you got to do. So obviously you do want to make sure you've got good products, that they're made to certain standards, that they're, I don't know even if they're made in the USA, they're any better than anywhere else, but there is going to be risks. You got to look at dosages, and you want to look at long-term results from this, long-term implications. Is there really any long-term research done? My main focus really in this video was to say this. I'm pretty sure that this was correct as I start looking into it, and I haven't spent a whole lot of time, but as I start looking into it, there's names that come up, and that worries me. Okay, go check out my other work, please. Like and subscribe, check out my other videos, because I'm talking about this. We're living in a time of deception, and we're living in a time where I don't see the care in this world that there should be. I think that you're gonna be really hard pushed to not agree with the statement that you have to consider that your government is trying to kill you. The things they put in our water, our foods, into the air, our medical system, what they're putting into our medications. And that's where I find myself when I start talking about peptides, okay? Be careful, be very careful. I did speak to some of my other friends, and they decided not to use them. Look, this name comes up with peptides. They funded a lot of the development of peptides. They were heavily involved in the research. They were involved, no doubt, in the manufacturing. And peptides has gone mainstream. They're everywhere. They're probably going to start selling it more and more to the masses, and it may get to be pharmaceutically government controlled. I mean, there's major pharmaceutical companies in this. I know Pfizer, I'm sure all the others, and they're manufacturing this. And the names that come up is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, funding not all, but a ton of research and manufacturing of this was funded by them. And there's peptides everywhere right now. I just don't trust. Bill Gates is doing this everywhere. Whatever he's involved in, it's nefarious. These people, the elites and Bill Gates, they basically say the words that they need to decrease the population of the planet. You know, you just gotta wake up and smell the coffee, right? They're telling you that they need to kill the people in the world, and they've been doing it. They're doing this with the wars that are going on right now. It's, you know, we're just seeing the wars, and you guys might just be seeing that as conflict and war. It's gonna create starvation across the world. You're gonna start seeing, just mark my words, you're gonna start seeing famine across the world. Global starvation, because energy will be lacking. There will be no diesel, no transportation, no fuel. There will be no transportation of goods with boats across oceans. There's gonna be famine. That's what they're setting us up for. They're gonna kill us using famine, global famine. They're gonna create, just like, you know, the bovid that was going around, where they were putting the arm spears in everyone. Okay, they'll create diseases, pestilences. They will create them. There will be diseases in this world soon. Look at all the things that are happening. What is it they call it? Was it screw worms? I forget what they're calling it, but they're getting issues again in America with the cattle, these worms that are eating the flesh of the cattle. They're doing everything to destroy our food sources. And that's from all these elites and people like Bill Gates. Okay, and he's involved in these peptides. He was involved big time in the arm spears. Okay? What they've been sending out all around the world, giving it to everybody, making sure we take it. Why are they doing that? Did they know it's harmful to us? So I'm just saying there's all these people out there that were involved, that were doing their best to, it's getting later in the day and I'm forgetting my words here. They were doing their best to avoid taking the arm pokies, right? With that disease that they made up and was going everywhere around the world. A lot of people were so proud that they didn't take those arm jabs and that they avoided it. But you guys are throwing in these peptides with injections all day long. Bill Gates and all these other people are putting it into all the other medications. They're putting it into our foods. Do not trust what will be in these peptides. I'm just telling you. That's my intuition. Just my 2 cents. But please, take that. You know, I feel like I'm getting great discernment of late, and avoid it. Stop taking needless things that are being pushed, that are injecting, or pills, or if the government's pushing it or something's very popular and it's from pharmaceutical companies, it's gonna have junk in it. This is just what they're doing, okay? They literally wanted to populate the planet, and this is how they do it. I think you're gonna find that, and I think Barack Obama was responsible for this. Through legislation, you check me on this and comment and let me know, but it passed where when you're in your doctor's or you're in the hospital or with wherever else you're at and you're getting aid, they can put things into you that they don't tell you about and that they don't get your permission for. I believe that's fact. Your doctor doesn't have to tell you what he's putting in you, I believe, or in the hospital. If they feel that whatever you came in there for warrants them to give you this treatment that may be a little bit, what's the word? It's experimental. They're allowed to. They're not going to tell you this is the world we live in. And like I said, this is just for entertainment purposes, so you don't have to take me serious. But this is the world we live in, all right? They're quite literally trying to kill us. And wake up and smell the coffee, okay? And here's my other angle that I want to put it at. Like I said, I haven't really been working out properly for 10 years. And in a sense, I'm kind of proud of it because I kind of got over those insecure things that I had where I was so concerned about my body and my image, my presentation. The guys and girls at work can attest to this. You know, I changed. I don't present myself the same way. It's not a big deal for me to have a fancy car and to show off stuff. No big deal anymore. My body too. I'm actually going on the carnivore diet. I've been on it for like 10 days and I just want to get light and lean so that I can be healthy, really get weight off my joints. I want to be able to run and play like a kid. And I was able to do that when I was a kid and I was light and skinny, so I welcome it again. And so look, why is it that a lot of these people are taking these weight loss drugs? You can see all these people in the entertainment industry, they look like zombies. They don't look like a picture of health. They don't look like anything that I want to emulate. But it's all about physical image. So I'm just going to start wrapping it up and leaving you with ideas. And I want to communicate stuff that probably I'm being led to tell you. That I want you to start understanding that this world and what's playing out, why there's so much evil. And people are saying they can't comprehend why there's so much evil, why the government does what it does, why policies are made and decisions made which are damaging to the entire world and the people. We could have had love, care and food and shelter all around this globe if we wanted. Is it a globe though? I don't know. I mean, it's all lies what they're telling us about NASA and space, so why lie? We'll go into that again another day, right? But we could have already taken care of everybody if we wanted to. They just are choosing not to, so why? And look, I'm just trying to let you guys communicate that this solves a lot of the answers to the questions here in this reality that we found ourselves born into. This is a spiritual realm, and for some reason we're here in this flesh packet. We're here in this flesh vehicle, and we gotta ride around in this loner for a little while. But then that loner vehicle is gone. This avatar is gone. It's gonna rot into the earth. But I don't think that's where we go, because this is a spiritual realm in reality that we're seeing. So maybe that can help you. Just think about what you're doing, because people are running to solve their issues, as I did, no judgment. I did the same, running to solve our issues by not looking for where you should, which is that real source of power and strength that builds you into who you are. And I mean, look, that's going to be connection with God in whatever way, in whatever way that means to you, right? You're going to get your own personal relationship with God and find out what God is to you. I can't help you with that. You got to get your own relationship with God. But this is what I know to be true. So don't be running to exterior physical things like potions, injectables, oral pills to solve your issues, because it don't solve it. I've been there. I've done all of that. I've thought that trying to weight train and eat like a pig and gain weight and inject myself with magic potions to give you muscles was the answer, and it wasn't. I hurt my spine from lifting way too much weight. I had a neck surgery because I got my discs replaced. I got titanium discs in my neck, and I've also got really bad lower back problems. So it's not the solution, okay? Just believe me on that. Good eating, good balanced eating, eating the correct way, whatever is correct for you is the way. You gotta move, you gotta be healthy, you gotta exercise, you know, but the right way, the correct way. So try doing that. Search, right? Ask God to help you, ask God for answers and solutions, because the solution's not coming from an injectable bottle. I'm just letting you know that long term, you're not going to be healthy. And I'm presuming that when you finish these peptides, you just go back to normal. So what's the point? I don't want to be addicted to anything. And I know that back in the day, I was addicted to trying to be a bodybuilder and be big and strong. I thought it made me a man. And I was wrong. There's nothing in a bottle or injectables or pills that's going to help me. That's going to come from somewhere else. So that's my 2 cents. Start looking at that. Okay, start looking at spiritual help, stuff that's really going to nourish you, that's going to help you to go in the right direction, rather than just being so concerned about your body and how you look. Shoot for health of the mind and health of the body. Okay, don't just want to be this thin, skinny thing if that's not healthy for you. Don't try and be this muscle-bound gorilla if that's not healthy for you. Work out who you are and be that. All right? So shoot for that. And I'm gonna leave you, if I can find it, because this is maybe the most famous, right up there, I've said it before. It's probably the most famous scripture there is. And it's from Ephesians. Did that open it? Yeah, right. Ephesians 6:12. Quite possibly the most famous scripture in the Bible ever, right? Because start understanding that you need to look within yourself and connect to God, and so that you've got the protection you need in this realm right now. Because this is a spirit realm. It's a spiritual battle. That's why there's so much evil around, and I believe it's coming to an end. I already told you in my last video that I saw that the stars had shifted and gone from my sky. And what was it the Bible says? That as the time's coming nigh when God will return, you will see the signs in the stars, the moon, in the sun, the moon, and the stars. And so look, here's Ephesians 6:12, where it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood." So it's not physical, it's spiritual. All right, the answers are going to come from the spirit, and we're being attacked from the spirit realm. Okay? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay? So I know, for whatever reason, I was gifted, and I was always just feeling like there was something different that I had to do, and the way I lived, and I wasn't so connected to this way of life around me. In other words, this fleshly body, okay? I'm already dying to the flesh, and I'm welcoming the spirit, and that's where I'm at. And I just wanted to relate this to my talk on peptides. All right, this is really important stuff. Don't trust what's in these things, okay? That's just my 2 cents to you. Don't trust what's in these things. All these pharmaceutical manufactured products are coming from the same people that have made all these other products that have been killing us. You know, all of the things that we've had to give to our babies, right? I don't want to say that V word, the VACCINE word, right? Because I don't think they like that. But it's all the same. Whatever's in those V words, right? They're going to be in these peptides too, so watch out. Okay, pay attention, be smart. Wake up, smell the coffee. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Go out there, put a smile on someone's face, love up on everybody, and I'll see you real soon.